Hey everyone, Mitch coming in for the Commander's Core studio. Welcome to the show. So, this morning, I woke up with a burning question. What in the world is the amount of damage that I could do in a game of Commander in one turn? Now, I'm not talking about infinite damage. You know, I understand, like, oh yeah, cool, I went infinite and I dealt 1 billion damage to you or whatnot, okay, cool. But actually, in a game of Commander, how much damage could I do in a turn without going infinite? And also, how much could I do on the first turn? Let's jump into it. So the first card that actually came to my mind when trying to figure this out, like the most damage you could possibly do, was Immolating Soul Eater. And we'll jump into this one, and how much damage can be done with it is a very interesting card, especially for Commander. A 1/1 artifact creature hound, I think now it's probably a dog, I don't know, for 2 mana, and it has pay a Phyrexian red mana. It gets ++1/++1/+0. That's the only thing that matters, the power actually, until end of turn. So essentially, again, when it comes to that power, well, we can get that up quite high because, again, life is a resource, especially in a format like Commander, and we've got 40 of it to use. So technically, if we didn't lose any life, we could activate that, 19 times to get to 20 power? We're not going to get quite there. We'll jump into exactly how we do this again, all on turn 1. Again, this is the first attempt, and we'll talk about how much damage we do with this, and then how much damage we can do with another one, which just explodes the math. Mathematicians out there, get your calculators ready. Here we go. So first up, to start things off with our 7-card hand, essentially what we're going to be utilizing, Simian Spirit Guide is the first thing we're going to be utilizing, of course. A 2/2 Ape Spirit for 3 mana in red. We exile it from our hand to add a red to our mana pool. It's basically just a little ritual effect, like, okay, we get pitched this, little card, essentially get 1 red mana. So with that, though, we need one other card to generate mana for us to start, and that would be Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb is a very simple land that can tap for 2. Oh, and by the way, deals 2 damage to us, so not simple at all. So basically, this is one that says, you know what, you get a burst of mana, but with that mana, you take some damage. Again, Mana Crypt is now banned, so yeah, we need to use this Ancient Tomb instead for our fast mana generation to start. So we're down to 38 life already, which, yes, does make an impact with this plan, but that's okay. We've got 3 mana, and with that 3 mana, we cast Jeska's Will. A sorcery for 3 mana in red. Choose one if you control a commander as you cast a spell. You may choose both. Add red for each card in target opponent's hand, or exile the top 3 cards of your library and play them this turn. Again, with this one specifically, we do not have a commander in play, though we easily could, and we'll talk about one here in a little bit. And also with this, little use of, the opening hand, I am not being like, okay, I'm not concerned about, oh yeah, the top 3 cards. Okay, those also happen to be, no, we're not going to include those. That being said, obviously, this is a pretty fun scenario. Okay, so we have now 7 mana because we have chosen opponent who does have a full hand. We get 7 mana, essentially, right? So with that 7 red mana, 2 of it, of course, is going to be utilized on, you guessed it, Immolating Soul Eater. So again, we are down to 5 mana, and we have this in play. And while we're at it, sure, we can just auto-pump this to what? I mean, we use it 19 times, essentially, right? To get us down to, well, actually, 18 times. Because, again, we lost the Ancient Tomb, right? Keep that in mind. Mathematicians out there, make sure you're tracking this, right? We are down to, essentially, 2 life now? And we can't activate it any other time, so this has 19 power, right? We activate 19 to 18 times, 19 power on it in total. Let's see what we do next, though, with our next mana. We've got 5 mana left. Next up, we've got Reckless Charge. A source for a single red mana. Target creature gets +0/+0 and gains haste until end of turn, and we can flash it back, though we will not be using mana for that. Again, granting our creature haste is huge, obviously, so we can swing right away, because if not, all this pumping would do absolutely nothing. So we can swing right away with this one. And also, again, that little +0/+0, that can definitely help out as well. So now our creature is at 22 power, which of course is not enough to take out a player in a game of Commander. That being said, we're looking to get the most damage anyways, so let's utilize a spell like Bulk Up. Now, there's another spell that does this as well. I just want to show off the newer version of it. But yeah, instant speed for 2 mana. double target creature's power until end of turn. You can also flash it back, though for this combination of cards, we are not doing that. That being said, doubling up the power of our creature, it's going to be now at 44 total power, which of course is already enough, again, on turn 1 to take a player out, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, the amount of power you can get on turn 1 is insane, but we're of course not done with that just yet. We still have, again, count it from 2, 1, 2 more mana, down to just now 2 mana in total. But we actually don't even need all that. With our last card, we're actually going to cast Assault Strobe. So we have 1 red mana left. Sorcerer, a single red mana. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn. So again, our commander, I keep saying commander on this, our Immolating Soul Eater, which is kind of like our commander, I guess, for this, what we're building around, it is going to be at, again, 44 power because we doubled its power from 22. Now we give it double strike. It's hitting that twice, making it hit for 88 damage in total, again, on turn 1. And again, this is like my first attempt in being like, okay, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Getting to 88. That seems pretty good, right? That's well more than enough. That's double what it takes essentially to take a player out on commander. That's quite impressive. And then I thought about another card. Things get even crazier, though, when we up things with Devilish Valet. This 18-cent card brings all the potential to the amount of damage that we want to do to one very unlucky opponent, again, on a single turn in Commander. Again, first turn is when we can actually do this, really. And again, actually with this card, if you don't want to do this on first turn, just keep in mind certain cards I'm going to bring up that really work with this and really let you hit incredibly hard. We're talking about 137 billion damage hard. That's right. Again, on turn 1 for this. And of course, you could obviously up that with, more turns than just one. Here we go. A 1/3 Devil Warrior with Trample and Haste for 3 mana in red. Whenever another creature you control enters, double its power until end of turn. Oh my goodness. So essentially what happens with this one is it says, hey, oh, buddy, okay, I'll double. Okay, oh, buddy, I'll double. Okay, oh, buddy, I'll double. And you might think like, oh, it just starts off at 1 power. That's not a lot, right? Well, here's the thing. Compounding growth, that happens quite quickly. Exponential growth, I should say. It's compounding interest or whatever. But anyways, grows incredibly quickly. It's kind of like that, question like, hey, would you rather have $1 million right now or like I'll give you a penny and it doubles every single day for a year? Take the penny. Take the penny. It is so much more. And yes, being able to just double this again, again, I thought it was pretty impressive with the Soul Eater getting to 88 damage, which is, yeah, sure, turn 1, 88 damage, not going infinite and just hitting someone for double their life total. That's impressive, but 137 billion, I don't even want to know how much times the life total of a commander player that is. Mathematicians, help me out in the comments below. Anyways, let's talk about how exactly we get to there, and then other potentials that I want you to help me unlock as well. So first up, Simian Spirit Guide. Okay, we're starting the exact same way. We, utilize 1 red mana. Cool, we have it now. We also then have Ancient Tomb. Again, 2 damage to us. Ouch. Well, we do get that 2 mana from that. Mana Crypt would be in this spot, though, if it wasn't banned, but it is, so we can't utilize it. Next up, Rog. Here we go. So this is where things get spicy. Rograk, son of Roga. We did not bring up the commander in the previous example. With this one, we are. And Rog is going to give us something that we really need for this, and it's a nice little boost in a couple different ways. First up, it's a 0/1 Kobold Warrior that costs 0 mana first strike, Menace Trample, and it's got Partner. And you might think, okay, well, we need to get the doubles for that first. No, we don't. We don't need to get it out first. We actually need to not get it out first. We need to actually utilize Rog for, something coming up in a little bit. I'm so sorry, Rog. Anyway, Jessica's Will. Again, this one actually would give us the doubling effect, essentially. Not doubling, but both the effects. You know what I mean? Add a red for each card to opponent's hand, so essentially 7 mana there. But also get the top 3 cards off your library, play them this turn. I'm not including those within this, okay? I'm not including those, so don't worry about it. We are not including those cards. We are still just utilizing the 7, well, technically 8 with Rograk cards, okay? So keep that in mind. That being said, we are changing things up a little bit because we have Rog. We can utilize Flare of Duplication. I am so sorry, Rog. I am so sorry, Rog. Yeah, you're not going to stick around for a while. Here we go. instant for 3 mana in red, though we're not going to pay that. It says you may sacrifice a non-token red creature and pay the spell's mana cost. Copy target in sorcery spell. You may choose targets for the copy. So again, instead of, playing Rog after we play our Devilish Valet, we're going to keep that mana for ourselves. So essentially, we are going to sacrifice Rog, play this for free, and copy Jessica's Will while it's on the stack, which again would give us 3 extra cards off the top of the library. So Impulse Draw, basically 6 in total this turn. That's crazy, but again, we're not utilizing those for this example. We are utilizing, though, the mana. Now we are at 14 red mana. Absolutely a good amount of mana for us to utilize. So with 3 of that mana, we will cast the Devilish Valet. All right, there you go. We're down to 11 mana. We've got our win condition in play, or I am saying win condition, but we're actually just taking out 1 player, which is just kind of funny and being like, I think that's like a mic drop moment where you're just like, okay, I deal $137 billion damage to that 1 player, and I'm done, and I leave the table. Yep, and I don't win, because I just blew all my cards up on the first turn, but yeah, I dealt that much damage to all of you, or sorry, 1 of you, and it wasn't infinite. You're welcome. All right, next up, Electro Dominance. So this is what we're going to utilize, essentially, out of our hand to do some pretty crazy things with this. An instant for X red red. Again, we've got 11 mana left. We can just dump all of that into this, so the X can be 9, sure. X damage to any target. You may cast a red card. Cast a card with a converted mana cost. X or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. So any card, again, we can cast out of our hands. So again, this kind of can convert our red mana into something else if we need it to, which we do. And what this is going to do for us is, well, allow us to deal, well, 9 points of damage, which is nice to something. So, hey, opponent, not even the opponent we're going to attack, a different opponent just for fun, all right? 9 damage to the face. Now, with that, we are going to cast for free something that costs 9 or less, which is Plague of Vermin. Bet you weren't expecting that one. A sorcery for 7 mana in black. Starting with you, each player may pay any amount of life. Repeat this process until no one pays life. Each player puts a 1/1 black creature token into play for each 1 life they paid this way. Guess what? We're going to choose 37 because, again, we were at 38 life because we lost the 2 life to the Ancient Tomb. So we are choosing 37 rats coming into play. Opponents, get on my level. Yeah, we'll see if they actually choose that. I mean, the 1 player that we dealt 9 damage to cannot choose that. That being said, see how many rats they choose to get. That being said, it does not matter because, again, our Devilish Valet does have Trample and Haste, and also, here's the thing again. 2 to the 37th power. Yeah, there you go. Again, mathematicians out there, correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong on this. It's still a ton, obviously, even if that's incorrect, but that seems to be correct from everything I checked. 137 billion power and some change. Plus that little 9 damage that we dealt to someone. Ha! Anyways, then we swing, and sure, you can block with your 39 rats or however much life you paid to get all those rats. It doesn't matter. I'm trampling through it. I'm taking you out with over 137 billion damage. Yeah, and that's not all, because now this is where I need your help again. I came up with this idea this morning for this episode, and I caught a tiny little snag, just a tiny little snag with something that I was like really excited about, and I was like, oh wait, I need help from the community to help me figure this out. Let's jump into that. Because, again, I do have an excuse that it was early when I was going through this. I was like, oh, wait. Okay. Emergent ultimatum. Hear me out. Okay. The problem with this one is that, yeah, Rograk is in red, and sure, there are partners that have 2 colors, but that cannot get you to the Sultai color pairing, unfortunately, for this one. That being said, if there is a will, there is a way. I know you all can help me out. Find a way that does not include Rograk in the equation, that includes just miscellaneous 5-color commander or whatnot that we're not going to be casting itself, and utilizing another card that I'll bring up here in a second. But the potential of utilizing this, let's just talk about the card really quick, and also talk about the, again, I talked about 2 to the 37th power for the previous amount of damage, which was like 137 billion or whatnot. How about this one, though? The potential if we can get to this combination. Here we go. 2 to the power of 114. Yeah, 2.49 sextillion damage to an opponent's face. And some change. There you go. Again, block with your rats or whatnot. You're not even going to have rats in this equation, most likely. Here we go. So, with this one, again, the way to actually cast this one would not be getting Rog out because we can't utilize Rog. And then we can't, double up that spell with the copying and that kind of stuff. So what we're going to be doing instead of Electro Dominance, and this is where I need your help. I need your help with this. Again, only utilizing these 7 cards in our hand. Mizzix Mastery is the way that I think you could get there. The only thing that I am stuck on is literally getting Emergent Ultimatum into my graveyard. My goodness, there's got to be just a free way to do that. Why can't I just do that? Sorcery for 4 mana in red. Exile target card that's an sorcery card from your graveyard. For each card exiled this way, copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Exile this. And it's got an overload cost as well, but don't worry about that. So again, do the initial, Simian Spirit Guide, Ancient Tomb, Jessica's Will, la-di-la-di-la. This with Emergent Ultimatum is basically what I am trying to get to. The only problem is, again, I need to get the actual Emergent Ultimatum in my graveyard basically for free because this is 4 mana. The Devilish Valet is 3 mana. I'm stuck right here and I need your help. And I know the solution could be Manamorphose and draw another card, which gets you whatever, okay? I understand that, but only utilizing these 7 cards, okay? Or a commander somehow that could get you that, that's also 4 colors, which is probably not going to happen. But here we go. Because here are the cards that I want to get to. And again, I was really excited about getting to, which actually you would need to be in 5 colors for these. And I was not thinking this morning about Rograk with 5 colors. Okay, anyways. First up, Stormherd. Yeah, this card is incredible. One of the cards that you could go grab with Emergent Ultimatum. Again, 3 monocolored cards with different names. Exile them. This is a monocolored card, and it is amazing. Sorcery for 10 mana in total. Actually, just 1 mana off from Electro Dominance in the last example with that one, so do keep that in mind. That being said, yeah, there's probably ways to get there as well. Actually, yeah. You can Manamorphose that. There you go. Okay. Regardless, Manamorphosing that, give me the example of Mizzix Mastery in this one, okay? Because I really want to get this double combination with Emergent Ultimatum. So yeah, that other one could be even higher. We're getting there. We're doing math on this episode right now. Regardless, Sorcery for 10 mana. X 1 white Pegasus Screech tokens equal to your life total. Again, that would be in this example because we take the 2 damage from the Ancient Tomb. 38. 38 Pegasuses coming into play and saying, Devilish Valet, we are all your friends. Double it up 38 times again and again and again and again and again. So 2 to the 30th power. That's even more than the last time that we just talked about it. So do keep that in mind. That being said, what we're going to be doing from there, though, again, we can grab 2 of the things. So sure, we can grab Plague of Vermin if you want, all right? And we can say, yeah, sure, we get the 37 as well. On top of that, I mean, your opponent can choose. One of your opponents gets to choose, right? Essentially what you are picking out of these cards. One gets shuffled back in. The other ones you get to cast for free. But you know what? You're going to say, hey, opponent, I'll pick you to make this choice as long as you pick the 2 I want, okay? If you don't pick the 2 I want, I will take you out with my whatever billions of damage, okay? But what I want is the Pegasus, okay, with Stormherd. And I also want Ohertak, Deepest Foundation. A 6/6 God with Vigilance for 6 mana in white. If one of our creature tokens is created under your control, 3 times that many of those tokens are created instead. Don't worry about it dying and flipping over and whatnot. Again, this is turn 1. Our opponents aren't doing anything. We're just going to be dealing an absurd amount of damage to them. So again, essentially how this would work is Stormherd is at 38 Pegasuses. That would be tripled then instead, though, to, I believe, and correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong on this one, I think 114? That sounds right. 114 of those. So again, 2 to the 114th power with our lovely Devilish Valet. And all of a sudden, that again is, let me pull up the number, 2.49 sextillion damage. So yes, again, the amount of damage that you can do on the first turn of a commander game. Again, this, I'm assuming you can find a way to help me out. Help me out. Help me figure out how this one works. Or just other 2 ways to cast these 2 cards. Is a lot more than 88, which when again I woke up this morning, give me a break, okay? I just woke up and I was like, cool idea for an episode. I think this is fun. And also, you know what? Immolating Soul Eater, really cool card. Cool, all right, I got it. Yeah, 88 damage, I feel good about that. And I was like, wait, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. And then I thought of Devilish Valet, and here we are. So, again, let me know in the comments below, again, how you would break this card again on turn 1. Not going infinite, no infinite combos. And again, only utilizing 7 cards in total for your starting hand, plus your commander. I guess technically you'd be like, well, I have an 8th card because I drew it. Sure, but no, let's go 7, okay? 7 in the starting hand. you can utilize the commander maybe as well. Make sure you obey commander color restriction laws like I apparently did not do with Emergent Ultimatum. So do keep that in mind. That being said, let me know what number you get to. Mathematicians out there, also let me know if I messed something up on the math here, but I know it's really, really high. Okay, enough to take players out and then some billions of times. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I hope that you all prove me wrong on, just how much higher this can get. Even more than what I brought up. Again, on one turn, I would love to see your combinations. And with that, this episode is come to a close. Make sure you comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.